my trick is that whenever we travel, I tell him, no, we have to have cash, you know, because like safe. And then last couple of days, I'll be like, oh, we have to spend this money because, you know, if we exchange it again, then we will lose money. So we have to basically buy things. So this way I shop more.
I'm Mohammed from United Arab Emirates, Al Ain City.
I'm Wafاطمة from the UAE. We've been married for about 8?
I think 9.
Mohammed and Fatima, welcome to Your Money Matters, the show that enables you to make better financial decisions, brought to you by First Abu Dhabi Bank. It's great to have you both here. I'm super interested. Okay, so it's 8 or 9, it's 8.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
In a car
event.
A car event, a racing event?
Car racing event,
yes.
All right. So which of you was fast and which of you was furious?
I am the fast.
Fast.
She's the
I'm
furious.
furious, always furious.
So what brings you here today?
Honestly, we love traveling and we would like to know what's the smart way to like use our money abroad.
It's a great question, and actually it's an interesting question because if we look at the statistics, 61% of people, so nearly 2/3 of people that go on holiday, struggle with their budgets when they're abroad. So it's a really, really good question. Yeah. What have your experience, because you love to travel, so have you faced any issues while you've been traveling with your money?
One time we were traveling to South Korea. We decided not to exchange money here or do anything. We're like, oh, let's just take dirham. We will, you know, exchange it there. Yeah. And then we didn't have any money except the dirham. We went to many places to exchange it, but then they were like, no, if you have dollars, if you have euros, yes, it's fine, but, you know, we don't really have dirham.
So interesting. Why did you choose to take cash when you went to South Korea as opposed to...
because some of the streets, there are small shops and they don't have machine for card. So, of course, we need to get some cash with us.
But my trick is that whenever we travel, I tell him, no, we have to have cash, you know, because like safe. And then last couple of days, I'll be like, oh, we have to spend this money because, you know, if we exchange it again, then we will lose money. So we have to basically buy things. So this way I shop more. And I finish all the money, basically.
I don't know which of us is actually the financial expert here. So you're actually...
I'll give you some
advice. Want to know how much, how we can save you some transaction fees. So Fatima's got even more money for spending. Yeah. I feel like I've got a responsibility here to make sure that, you know, Fatima has got that extra budget. Credit card is actually one of the best ways to fund your trips abroad. Now, the things you want to think about, your bank in general will charge you anywhere between 1% to 3% on transaction fees. That's much, much better than the kind of rates you're going to be getting from cash exchange houses and other forms of that. And there are some other benefits as well for using your credit cards. So not only are you getting the kind of like the best exchange rate when you buy, you've also got the protection. So if your card is stolen or any of your goods are stolen, you can ring up your credit card and obviously stop the transactions. Increasingly as well with innovations like Apple Pay, it helps cut down on credit card theft or credit cards being cloned. So that's again another benefit. And of course you're also going kind of one step further because you're also earning points. So the great news for you is that the more Fatima spends, you're earning points on your credit card. So at least you're going to be getting some rewards back. Okay. I'm not trying to encourage you too much.
I love this advice, honestly.
And then the next thing you want to do is take your debit card. Your bank debit card, you're going to get a better interest rate and a better exchange rate than, say, you know, these prepaid cards that you can get. Some people do the prepaid travel cards. Yeah. Always very, very important to talk to your bank before you travel. So one, they know that you are traveling abroad, so they're not going to block your card. It's not going to get flagged for fraud or for, for get stopped for any reason. And secondly, you can also check out 2 reasons: what their rate is, so they'll be able to tell you what their rate is. Yeah. But also, if you are going to use your debit card, there is another important thing, which is if you're going to go and use ATM machines, and you've been abroad?
Yeah.
You're nodding, so you've been used ATM machines before.
Yes.
What was your experience?
They take money for like I don't really remember how much it was.
25 to 30 dirhams. Around.
Yeah, like every time.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, so.
And this is what's important you need to know about ATMs. Like, your banks will always have in-network ATMs. So often in their branches, or they'll have a partner branch, or they'll be part of there's a global alliance. So again, when you tell your bank that you're traveling, just make sure to check the network that they are part of in the country of your destination. If you go in those in-network branches, those ATMs that are part of that network, you're going to face much, much smaller fees. If you step outside of those and use those ATMs that are in hotels or petrol stations and sometimes at the airport, if it's not connected to a major bank, then you're going to get those extra fees. So that's super, super important. Pop quiz for you. When you use your credit card abroad, when they ask you, do you want to pay in the local currency or in dirhams, which do you pick?
Local currency.
Local currency?
Yeah, for me, local
Fatima?
Local currency.
Well, so you both win a prize because the answer is correct. When you go abroad with your credit card, it's always important, and the same logic holds true for your debit card. When they give you the bill to you and they do, you want to pay in the local currency or in dirhams, always pay in the local currency.
Yeah, I didn't really know that it matters.
Yeah.
Like, why is it? Why is that?
The reason why is because your credit card company, so if you pay in the local currency, your credit card company has to do the currency conversion. And in all transactions, your credit card company will always be the closest to the proper exchange rate.
But
when you use dirhams, the local bank that processes it in the country has to do the currency conversion. So there's going to be a charge for that, and you're not going to get the same international competitive rate that your credit card is going to give you. So actually, wherever you go, it doesn't matter what country, don't choose the dirhams, choose the local currency. And then actually, there are two things that you need to think about when you're going to take cash. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you really need it at your destination? And there will be some destinations, like you've explained in South Korea, where there's those streets and street vendors,
foods.
you're going to need that. Whereas if you're going to somewhere like, I don't know, Vienna or Paris or London, you're pretty much going to be able to do everything on your Apple Watch, which is your credit card.
Which he likes to use.
It's just more secure. No one's going to steal your phone off you. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
But
So Mohammed's being incredibly practical there.
of course, you see that? That's a point for me.
It's absolutely. The other thing you need to think about is kind of two things. Firstly, when you're taking cash, you are actually going to get a better exchange rate from your bank than any of the exchange houses. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it honestly.
Okay.
Have you ever got to the airport and then gone, oh no, we've got no cash, we've got no money, and then you've been forced to go to the exchange houses inside the airport?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And it was the worst.
It was the worst.
Yes.
Yes.
They took like too much, honestly, but we had to. We didn't have any other option because that time it was after Korea. We were like, no, we're not just taking dirham. No, we have to exchange it. But we had to do it in the airport, and honestly, we got just a little money, so I didn't do a lot of shopping.
The lens in which all of this is.
Yes.
No, I mean, that's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing your stories with us today.
I hope in future we don't need anymore to have a cash with us.
Indeed. Just
Because Fatma was spent it.
Really?
guys, honestly, it's been a real pleasure meeting you today.
Thank you.